I'm going to call the June meeting for the Franklin Special School District to order. Ask if you would all please stand so that we may be led in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. Welcome to Poplar Grove Elementary. I'm Alicia Erickson, our principal, and thank you. If you will stand and stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. All right, our agenda for the night calls for recognition and good news, and we're going to ask Ms. Bell if she would start us off with that.
Ellie Clark. Come on up. I'm going to tell a little bit about you, Ellie, if that's okay. Ellie Clark, Freedom Middle School's 8th grader, Ellie Clark, was selected as the Franklin Special School District Student Artist for June and July. Ellie composed this freestyle piece titled, "It's a Windy Day," on her own. She used a mix of inspiration pictures as she practiced drawing the human figure to create something original. Her art teacher, Nicole Good, said she loves the sense of movement that Ellie captured in this beautiful pencil drawing. Ellie's work will be appreciated by Franklin Special School District employees who celebrate a birthday in June and July. A special thanks goes to Chuck Sugg and Franklin Sonic for providing a gift card to celebrate the featured student artist. Congratulations, Ellie. Another area we look forward to is seeing success and excellence in our sports teams. So will Poplar Grove Middle School softball team please come up? I'm going to mention the names first and then I'll tell you about them so they can all come up, okay? We're congratulating the following players: Lucy Langfit, Leah Anderson, Addison Pauley, Ava Scott, Samaria Washington, Whitney Anderson, Abby Avina, Mivy Lamb, Garland K. Daniel, Cameron Bain, Nina Narcisco, repeat it for me. Narciso, I'm so sorry, Nina, thank you. Erica Riney, McKenna Beckingham, Evelyn Bader, Caitlin Riojas, Lizzie Cole, Gabby Whitaker, Emma Barnes, Kelly Bowie, Blair Holland, and Ellison Chesick. Now let me tell you about them. The Poplar Grove Middle School softball team finished the 2022 season as Division IIA champions of the Harpeth Valley Athletic Association. The team defeated Franklin Road Academy by an exciting score of 5-4 in the championship game and finished the season with a record of 15 wins and 3 losses while going undefeated in the Harpeth Valley Athletic Association. The team is comprised of 5th through 8th grade students from Freedom Intermediate, Freedom Middle, Poplar Grove Middle, and homeschool programs. 8th grade pitcher Samaria Washington led the team in wins with 9 as well as 3 home runs. 8th grader Lucy Langfit also contributed with a 6-2 record as pitcher. The team is coached by, and I'd like for the coaches to come up as well, Mr. Randy Stevens at Freedom Middle School, Mr. Howard Washington at Freedom Intermediate School, Ms. Haley Stevens at Poplar Grove Middle School, and Ms. Allie Foster at Poplar Grove Middle School. Let's congratulate them.
Okay, next, model of demonstration schools. 5 FSSD schools have been named 2021 and 2022 RTI2B Model of Demonstration Schools by the Tennessee Tiered Supports Center. These schools are Freedom Intermediate School, Liberty Elementary School, Poplar Grove Elementary School, and Poplar Grove Middle School. They're silver level model schools and early aligners, and then Freedom Middle is a bronze level model school and an early aligner. Model of demonstration schools are highly valued as examples in local trainings and technical assistance. They may be asked to host visitors who are looking to engage in or enhance their implementation practices. The RTI2B is a framework for prevention and intervention with an integrated tiered approach. Each tier involves careful reflection on the needs of students, the design of interventions matching those needs, and the collection of data to evaluate progress. The program's goals are to equip all students with the opportunity to meet high expectations and to enable students to experience behavioral success and celebration. Congratulations to these schools for this recognition. And are we asking principals to come up from these schools, Dr. Snowden? Okay, so the silver level model schools are Freedom Intermediate, Liberty Elementary, Poplar Grove Elementary, and Poplar Grove Middle.
Go ahead. Don't you think you should open it up? Oh.
That was my fault.
We're so formal around here.
You sure you got one in there?
Maybe not after that comment, right? Yeah.
And then Freedom Middle is a bronze level model school. Now, I think all of our schools are model schools, and I think anybody would be lucky to visit any of our schools.
As always, we're so very proud to have good news reports and recognitions. That's just such an integral part of what we do, and thank you, Ms. Barker and Ms. Bell, for presenting those. At this time, if there is anyone here for public input, there's a podium to my right. You're welcome to sign in. Seeing no one for public input, we will declare that public input is now closed. We will go over to teaching and learning. Ms. Decker, how are you?
Thank you, sir. Tonight, the Teaching and Learning Spotlight shines on the Performing Arts Center, also known as the PAC. On May 20th, 2022, a longtime dream and endeavor was realized. The FSSD PAC grand opening event took place. The $15.9 million, 34,400 square foot district-wide PAC provides a space for live theater, including plays and musicals, choir concerts, orchestral performances, school ceremonies, district events, and eventually a rental facility for community use. The auditorium seats 478 and is outfitted with lighted aisles, a multi-purpose stage, fly loft, and performance support spaces, including a pre-performance space, dressing rooms, and a scene shop. In the lobby, one will find the Legacy Gallery, a stunning tribute to the storied history of the district that will be constantly updated thanks to the interactive virtual components. The FSSD has always greatly valued the arts and their considerable positive impact on the development of the whole child. What more fitting way to highlight, encourage, and celebrate music, theater, dance, and student accomplishments than this remarkable building? To quote Albert Einstein, it is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. There's no doubt that the PAC provides the space and inspiration in which to do just that. And now, I'll move out of the way so you can see 2 photos of the PAC taken by a drone on May 20th. And then you'll see the unveiling of the logo in just a moment and the name of the building. Thanks, Mark. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Decker. Appreciate that, and I'm sure we all had a great time being there, and we're so proud of all of that. Thank you. Yes, Linga.
Good evening, everyone. Just to give you an opportunity to ask any questions about our construction report that was in your packet, be glad to try to field those. If I don't know the answer, I can find out and get back with you.
I had 2 questions. On the Liberty Elementary list, we've got estimated date to be completed fall of 2022. Do we know what part might not be completed before school starts?
Yes, possibly the kitchen.
Okay.
Possibly. We're really pushing for that not to be the case. And then the multipurpose room. Is that what you call it, Ms. Patton? Multipurpose room. Yes, sorry, I went blank. But
we'll have
possibly
options in place to make up for the space that's not available, or?
Yes, the worst case scenario, which we're really going to try not to have happen, is to have a few days of food being served from another kitchen. We don't want that to happen. We're pushing for that not to happen. PE can also take place in the gym in double classes until the flooring in the multipurpose room is finished.
Okay. And under the baseball fields, when do we think we'll be using those?
I do not know
Okay,
the
that's fine.
specific date. Where we are, though, is
Looking good.
the buildings are in their final stages. We're putting the fields together. Netting's going up. If you've noticed, the lighting is in. So they're I'd say more than 50% complete at this point.
The goal was to make sure that we could sprig the
Yes.
fields so that they would be ready for next spring.
Yeah, we would not be playing on those fields this fall.
All right, any other questions for Mr. Esslinger? Not, thank you, sir. This time is approval of the board agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the board agenda.
Is there a second?
I second.
All right, all in favor? Thank you. Approval of the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I
Newman, second. Ms. Barker? All in favor? Approved. Business before the board. Director of Schools Performance Goals. Mr. Townsend.
Yes. By the way, I've got hard copies if anyone needs any.
Yes.
Couple down there. All right. And of course, this work reflects thoughts we had when we last met. We didn't make any decisions, so today's the day I need us to come up with a decision. As you'll see, in the document I passed out, the changes that were discussed are highlighted. Obviously, the dates need to change. Under Roman numeral 1, we took out the C, point C. Under Roman numeral 2, we had various changes, all reflected in the yellow highlight. Nothing was changed with Roman numeral 3 or 4, but we found it necessary on the fourth page, or I'm sorry, page 3, performance review summary to adjust those points. So now they're two-tiered. You'll see for Roman numeral 1 and 2, the thought would be have them both equal 35 points, leaving the other 30 points divided between Roman numeral 3 and 4. So they're 15 points each. So without me going into any other detail and reading this verbatim, it's all there. Now that you've had the time to think about what we threw out there, I'd like to entertain a motion that we accept it as is. Is there any?
Are you pleased with this, Dr. Snowden?
Yes.
Then with that, not seeing anything to the contrary, I move that we approve this as the Director of Schools performance goals for year 2022 through 2023.
And I second.
All right, motion, Mr. Townsend, second, Ms. Barker. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you. Dr. Snowden.
Yes, item number 2, Johnson Elementary roof replacement, the guaranteed maximum price. This is Amendment 2. This amendment provides the guaranteed maximum price for the Johnson roof replacement. The guaranteed maximum price for the JES roof is $1,401,927. The previously approved Amendment 1 for the JES kitchen renovation expansion was for a guaranteed maximum price of $2,073,931. If Amendment 2 is approved, the total GMP for the kitchen expansion and the re-roof at Johnson would be $3,475,858. We recommend approval.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Ms. Bales, is there a second? Ms. Newman, is there a discussion?
We had waited on approving the roof because of different cost issues. Is this about what we had hoped for and expected as far as the roofing cost goes?
Actually, it's a different approach. We're looking at re-roofing and not putting all insulation back. So it's help me with the language, a re-roof, but without tearing apart all the insulation. Insulation is the part, if I understand, that is very difficult to get at this point. So we're going to re-roof over the existing insulation, which dropped the cost significantly from a full tear out and put back. So yes, to answer your question, yes.
So is our insulation then in decent shape for us to do
Yes,
this?
we've had the roof analyzed to make sure that all is good to do that.
And I say this every time we talk about a guaranteed maximum price. I say it's more for the public. This is the maximum that we'll pay, and the incentive is to pay less than this. We're not suggesting we want this to be the number hit. We don't want this number hit. We'd like it to be less than this. But we want to authorize it now so we can move forward.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? If not, let's do a roll call vote. Ms. Newman?
Yes.
Ms. Bale?
Yes.
Mr. Blair, yes. Ms. Barker?
Yes.
Mr. Townsend?
Yes.
Passes. Thank you. Dr. Snowden?
Yes, item number 3, pause revision, access to public records maintained by the district 1.407. This is a first reading. This policy revision request renames the policy from school district records and rewrites the policy based on our legal counsel Chuck Cagle's recommendation and submittal of the language for the policy. We recommend approval of first reading.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Mr. Townsend, second.
I'll second.
Ms. Bale, discussion? If not, all in favor? Thank you. Dr. Snowden?
Item number 4 is a policy revision, school volunteers, 4.501. This is also a first reading. This revision request updates the policy to our current practice and in compliance with TCA 49.513. The administration recommends approval.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Ms. Bale, is there a second? Ms. Barker, is there a discussion?
I had a question.
Ms. ma'am.
Is that part of the new Tennessee Code annotated that volunteers need a background check?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's been
Part of it?
It just changes or adds to some language that had been not in that policy, so we're getting it up to the correct wording.
All right, motion second. Any further discussion? Not all in favor? Thank you. Dr. Snowden.
Item number 5, policy revision, attendance of non-resident students, 6.204. This is a first reading. We would ask the board to consider waiving second reading and approve on first reading as we discuss this and go through, but that would be our initial request. The revision in this policy are threefold. The first proposed change is to open the possibility for out-of-district attendance to students in area counties as tuition students. Previously, currently, out-of-district tuition attendance was only allowed for Williamson County residents. Second, the proposed revision adds grandchildren of employee grandparents and service providers for the FSSD, example, mental health therapists, SROs, to those students that are considered for tuition waiver attendance. Third, this revision request outlines qualifications of a legal residence, sets priorities for non-resident attendance, and establishes the criteria considered for initial approval and re-enrollment for subsequent years. The administration recommends approval and, as I said earlier, requests waiving of the second reading.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to approve and waive second reading?
I motion we approve on first reading and waive second reading.
All right.
I'll second.
Discussion? Is there a discussion? All right, all in favor?
Wait, I had a question.
You had a
Sorry.
question?
There's a lot in this.
There is a lot.
There's a lot in this. And one of the reasons I just want to clarify that we're able to do this is that, was there not also a change in the state law that districts could open up to out-of-county students, or have we always been able to do that if we wanted to?
Yeah, we could have in the past. There are a lot of school districts in the state that allow students from other counties to attend.
Right.
Most of those, I know some city school districts, special school districts, and also some other county school districts that allow.
Other people, okay. So there wasn't a law that
No.
dictated that.
No, we just had not done this.
And how are we going to make this known to people? Is this just going to be a marketing campaign? Or
Yeah, we'll
or
use
just look
social
on our
media,
social
and I
media
think
things?
word of mouth will pass along, but I think social media, a lot of people pay attention to that, and we've had
Yeah.
several people who are currently living in Davidson County who are interested in coming to the school district as tuition students.
And under the priorities, we'll utilize that to help not overcrowd certain areas or overpopulate other areas that maybe we don't have appropriate resources for, things like that?
That's correct. The same as we talked about in our open enrollment period. You know, you have to base those changes on the program capacity. So the same thing with tuition students. If you don't have a program capacity, you can't accept a tuition student.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll have to complete an application just like we have today. And then those priorities, those are the way that we'll accept students. So obviously the first ones are non-resident students who are children of employees of the district.
Okay.
And then it goes down the list.
Okay.
Right. Any other questions, comments?
And Dr. Snowden, you've seen this with great success with other school superintendents that you've worked with.
Yeah, there are a lot of school districts that have a lot of students that come from other school districts as tuition students.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Not all in favor? Thank you. Dr. Snowden?
Item number 6 is proposed 2022-2023 annual tuition rates based on the board approval of the policy revision and attendance of non-resident students, 6.204, and the waiving of second reading. Tuition amounts would be also reviewed each spring. We put it on the annual agenda for our April board meeting next year so that the board can make those decisions regarding tuition costs prior to or immediately after the budget process begins. The proposed annual tuition rates for the 22-23 school year are presented for your approval. A tuition reduction for students residing outside the FSSD and within Williamson County from $3,000 to $2,000, and the allowance for attendance of students outside Williamson County but within Tennessee with a tuition rate of $4,000 per year per student. Also outlined in the policy revisions would be waived tuition for children and grandchildren of employees, children of qualifying substitutes, and children of direct service providers. The administration recommends approval of the proposed tuition rates for FY 2022-2023.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion for approval?
Motion to approve the annual tuition rates.
All right, is there a second?
I second.
Okay, Ms. Bell, Ms. Barker, discussion?
Do we need to waive second reading?
Maybe we should withdraw that.
Do you want second reading to be waived?
Well, this is not a policy.
Not a policy.
This is just a proposal for the tuition, and so it just, since it's not a board policy, it doesn't take a second reading. It just takes your approval.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Passes. Thank you. Director of Schools report.
Yes, I don't think Dr. Kerrigan is here, but she is our newest principal. That will be starting at Franklin Elementary as principal July 1. And Ms. Riley is here, and we'd like to take just a moment to thank her for her service the last 2 years. I told Ms. Riley when she told me about her plans, and she's got great plans. She's moving to Spain and going to be taking care of some grandchildren and enjoying Spain. I said, you know, for a principal to take control of a school the 2 years of COVID and then leave, you know, I don't know if that's, I mean, I know that was a tough assignment, and maybe that was just something that said, okay, I've had enough. No, she had this great opportunity. So thank you, Ms. Riley. And we look forward to working with Dr. Kerrigan as we continue there at Franklin Elementary as they do great work. Administrator summer training, district and school administrators will be involved in several different professional learning opportunities this summer. From June 15th through the 17th, our leadership team retreat will occur. June 15th, we'll have the entire team. June 16th will include teaching and learning and all school administrators, with Chuck Cagle joining us on the second afternoon for legal updates. June 17th, we'll have our annual required training for drug-free workplace certification. If you're available, we would love for you to come at 11:30 on Wednesday for luncheon to celebrate Ms. Riley's retirement. And any other time over those 3 days as your schedule allows. Budget process for FY 22-23, our final work session, well, hopefully it'll be the final work session, is scheduled for June the 20th. We will review the cumulative impact of the budget work from the first two sessions and hopefully facilitate the possible completion of the budget process for the coming year. Our summer learning camps, May 31st through June 23rd. Our camps are in full swing. Dr. Cinnamon Collins, Dr. Star Wallace, those are our camp administrators. The teaching and learning team, a host of teachers and staff, food and culinary service, and transportation are all collaborating to provide a successful experience for our students. The Summer Learning Camp, SLC, is hosted at both Poplar Grove Elementary and Poplar Grove Middle School. Our Young Scholars Institute, going on June 6th through the 10th and the 13th through the 17th. This year, YSI, or Young Scholars Institute, is hosted at Freedom Intermediate School. Also an update on our numbers. We have 198 total senior scholars and 421 total junior scholars. So this is certainly a great program, and we're glad to be able to host it, and I think students are having a great time at Young Scholars. Our Story Bus Plus is operating June the 6th through July the 21st. They will be closed. We will not operate the week of July the 4th. The FSSD Story Bus is a free community service offered in the summer by the school district and is designed to foster a love of reading in children. It offers reading time and storytelling to children ages 4 through 4th grade, younger if accompanied by an adult. Parents may sign their children on board for up to 45 minutes. The Story Bus schedule is located on our website. Our summer feeding program, and it doesn't seem like it's been this long, but we're in our 13th year of this program. Students in our summer learning camps, our young scholars, our MAC program, Franklin Housing Authority, Boys and Girls Club, FSSD Story Bus, and Gentry Educational Foundation are all included. From May 31st to June 30th, there's a meal pickup at Poplar Grove Elementary and Liberty Elementary on Fridays from 11 to 12:30. These meal pickups are in addition to our meal delivery on the same routes as last summer. Each child can receive a breakfast and lunch daily. In addition, on Fridays, each child will receive breakfast and lunch for the weekend. As of June 30th, Poplar Grove School will become the sole open site where children may walk in and be served breakfast and lunch at posted meal times. Meal delivery will continue on our regular routes and times for a child's lunch only. For more information, people can contact our Food and Culinary Services Department at Central Office. As a reminder, July the 4th through the 8th, all schools and district offices will be closed. And another reminder, the board meeting for July 2022 has been rescheduled from July the 18th to July the 25th. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for Dr. Snowden?
Okay, I'm sorry, I have so many questions tonight. I wondered how many people we have in our summer learning camps, approximately how many students?
I forgot to ask Dr. Decker that question, so I know she has the answer.
I know it was a big success last summer. I just wondered how it was going and how many were there this summer.
It's going extremely well, and I'll get you an exact number. It's right around 425, 430. And I visited Thursday, and instruction is in progress. Students are working hard. Teachers are working hard. It's very exciting to see.
Any other comments? Updates, teaching and learning?
Nothing additional, sir. Thank you.
Kathleen?
Yes, you have your monthly HR financial reports. The sales tax report for the time period reflects a 6.5% increase over the same time period last year and a 6.6% increase year to date. I would like for you to note also the May personnel change report, Ms. Bell, now provides a list of teachers who have received advanced degrees in the month. So we can all help celebrate the teachers, send them a little card, whatever you'd like to do, Ms. Bell. I know that's right down your alley.
Thank you very much.
But we added that to that personnel report, so you can be aware of who is getting advanced degrees. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Any questions, comments? All right. Any announcements from the board?
I just wanted to say that I thoroughly enjoyed going to NABALT's, your open house. It was great to meet your CEO and just to hear his gracious heart. And I hope he was able to come and see the excellent work that you guys have done, and ladies have done with our Performing Arts Center as well as the gym. And fingers crossed, I'm hopeful that, you know, he'll get to come back again and see some additional work that we're doing by way of the additional labor that you guys are providing for us. But I just wanted to speak on behalf of the board and say we really, really enjoyed that. And it was a pleasure to meet so many people that have worked so hard to allow our buildings to look so excellent.
Any other
I
comments?
wanted to say thank you to everyone who's involved in all of the summer programming that we offer. We offer amazing summer programming. I'm always blown away by how many students participate. My kids used to participate in a story bus, and they're way grown up now. And we're just faithfully providing opportunities for students in the summer, and I know the community appreciates it. I know it's a lot of work for everybody. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
Just want to remind everybody that Juneteenth will be celebrated in the square, city's Franklin, this Saturday.
Any other comments? On a note with Ms. Newman, board members, if we get the opportunity to attend summer learning camps, Young Scholars, Story Bus, Gentry, summer feeding, I know most of us take those opportunities to do so. It is certainly well worth it and something I look forward to every summer and try to participate in. So I encourage us to get involved and to participate as well if the opportunity affords itself. Anything else? If not, we adjourn.